This is Michael Andre Ford in Austin, Texas, an angel intuitive who helps others let go to do it all. You take your own steps. You have to own just getting out of your head what you know long enough to be in your heart, do basic listening, seeing, feeling. And again, once you've owned it individually, you can do it with someone else who's had the same experience. This is full-on seeing, connecting to the universe with no barriers, no obstacles, anything like that. If you're too busy knowing, judging, reacting, fearing, stressing, worrying, all the thinking stuff, the thinking, the majority of thinking is a waste of energy. It doesn't get anything done. We're all going to do plenty of it. I do plenty of thinking. Every single person I've met for the last 10 years does tons of thinking. I think the secret to success, though, would be to do a little less thinking. Pumping the brakes. I believe angels have said 7% less thinking is the Olympic gold medal for all of us. It's just not in the cards for humanity to stop cold turkey on thinking. That said, this little brief video is on 2 different books. I'm going to start with my longer book, Glowstick Zen. You'll rarely ever hear about it. It's something that I wrote back 10 years ago probably in very short order, but it's a super long book. I will never do this again. It's at least 1,700 to 1,900 pages. On Amazon, it's broken into 22 books, I think $10 a piece or $9.99. On Apple, you can get the whole big thing. Now, if you think I wrote it again, I say thank you. Anything that's the bad part, the zany part, or the super funny but ridiculous part, that's me. I definitely did a third of this one according to Angels, Mary, and so on. But the crew, that big universal crew of unconditional love that everybody gets to meet, see, hear, feel, get direct answers, all languages, all dialects. If you're from Japan, get it in Japanese. That crew actually did most of that book. I've got a guy in Norway who's been plowing through the books and just really has heaped a lot of praise on those. So that's good. I will also read something, though, from the short little Listening to Angels book. That was 100% written by angels. I'd love to say that gentle little piece of writing is something that I did, but I was seeing balls of light as I was typing at the time and just kind of getting it verbatim. And again, it's a super short, beautiful little book. I encourage you to get that one. It's $4.99. Probably would take you 15 to 25 minutes to read. There are photos of angels in that one, and I don't know. I think it's a fun book. I think the appendix is the best part of that book, or the epilogue by an angel named Dale. So what I wanted to do is just read the prologue. It's only maybe a page and a half from that 1,900-page book, and I think it's even 2,200 pages if your font is bigger or you're doing a different sort of reader, electronic reader out there. It could be more pages than that. But Glowstick Zen is a very special book. If anyone wants to make that trek up the mountain, and that mountain, that distant trek, is literally the distance you go from here to drop down to here. Now, for some of us, it's a lifetime. For others, you got to go to India and do the ashram thing. You got to go to Machu Picchu. But I'm inviting you to actually realize that it is much simpler than we ever make it out to be. In fact, if I back up for a second, in 10 years of doing this, I've done tons of outreach for coffee, for tea, virtual introductions, and so on. I've met tons of folks. Let's say there's 4,000 different causes out there. The search for extraterrestrial life, the near-death experience crowd, the Buddhist communities. There's literally consciousness, mindfulness, meditation. There's a lot of different folks who hang their hats on a lot of different causes, topics. They have certain areas of expertise and so on. So what I've always enjoyed is the book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Now, Robert Perssig's not anybody that I actually got to meet. He has since passed over, but I did get to talk to one of his closest helpers. And he was still alive, but on his deathbed at the time. The quote that I love, that stands out the most, that still applies to what I've been experiencing this whole time is, and forgive me for using the word truth here because it's kind of off base, but the truth goes knocking on the door and someone on the other side of the door says, "Go away, I'm looking for the truth." Now, I don't mean by that I'm offering any truths. I try not to tell anybody anything. I think the greatest act is helping a person sort of unlock out of the brain, out of Plato's cave, to drop to their heart where all is completely open and possible. There are no limits. And then a person gets all of their answers for life, relationships, health, career, you name it, for their pursuits, extraterrestrial life, and so on. They get those answers, but they quickly realize that getting a hug's a pretty good thing too. And you get your hugs, those can become healing. There's 100 plus angels, about 170 figures, a lot of religious figures, but non-religious figures too. This isn't about religion. It's about strictly unconditional love, the universal flow, life itself, being in your heart, letting go, getting out of all the judging, reacting, fear, worry, stress that is a constant for most of us. It's how we limit ourselves, limit our happiness. You don't have to have any reason to be happy in this very moment right now. And I've had people argue that. So I think humans are incredibly capable in so many ways. I think we've got unlimited potential as well. Now, think of the 18, 22-year-old out of college sitting in someone's basement and they don't have a job. They've got unlimited potential too. So I am saying this in a complimentary way. I've got unlimited potential for growth. I think a sense of humor for me is what keeps me sane interacting with so many people. But what I was trying to say is if you go to an angel group and you're like, hey, do you want to meet angels? You get to see full on, whether it's in your house, in a building, down a hallway, out the window on a sunny day, or you can go for a walk with a couple angels, Geronimo, Buddha, Jesus. Now that's a lot for any brain to take in, especially nowadays when we're in the business of knowing and there's so much science. But no limits here at all. So if you offer a group a chance to meet angels, odds are they're just not going to be able to even hear it. There's a lot of levels of consciousness. There's tons of unconsciousness. That's what most of our thinking is. We like to have everything sort of in a knowable way, and we like to go on big quests. And that's why that Glowstick Zen book is so pretty. We think it's a giant trek up the mountain, and I've given you probably 22 or 23 chapters and a long amount of reading, so you're committed. You get through that, it's almost guaranteed your thinking's going to get stripped away, and you're going to go, aha, at some point throughout that book, and you're going to get opened up a little. Here's the prologue from that book. And again, it's very short, but welcome to Glowstick Zen, an unconditional love-based, Zen-centric philosophy meant to help open hearts, perspectives, and minds. This book can assist you in unlocking you and all your potential. This is your life path. Only you can take each step, and there's a difference between knowing the path and experiencing it. First, you must find your path and then awaken to it. Let Glowstick Zen, the book, show you methods to go within to get that experience. How can you learn ways to harmonize with life? There are tens of thousands of habits a person can try to cultivate to live more fully. Glowstick Zen focuses on one where there really is no such thing as try, where ultimately there is only one path, that of unconditional love. For when you accept yourself as you are, those around you for who they are, and the world as it is, you have removed most of the barriers preventing full living. You breathe more fully, you feel the universe, you absorb insight from within, you relax and learn, you awaken to a bigger reality. I love that part. Glowstick Zen explores how humans handle life and offers simple means to expand your presence in life by trying less and letting go more. It's about finding unconditional love in all you do, feeling with your heart, giving and sharing love, understanding in your own way at your pace that everything really is connected and you are unique. That you are a rock star and already have every instrument within to be successful and balanced. Simply be. Then you may find a new stage in life from which to play in harmony and shine like the star within you already are. Be. Why glow sticks? Glow sticks bring smiles to people. They are tiny devices that literally help people breathe easier, relax, and glow. Glowstick Zen will show you how to be one with the glow stick. Had to do some humor here, but it's a legitimate exercise. Glowstick Zen teaches harmony with life. You may live a more full life at any point of your choosing. There are only a few basic concepts in the book to mull over. Belief is power. Letting go is power. Catching your thoughts before you accept them as fact is power. Embracing the opportunity to explore yourself, one of the scariest things for all of us to do. I think Peaceful Warrior, the movie, a big shout out to Dan Millman. Check out his movie, gymnastics movie, Safe. No one wants to go to here. I see that all the time. Even if you've met angels, a week later you might retreat out of here. You're not used to opening openness and go back up to here. So belief is power. Letting go is power. Catching your thoughts before you accept them as fact is power. Embracing the opportunity to explore yourself, others, and the world around you as it really is power. And finally, that unconditional love is shiny, infinite, inspiring, and that it is already within you. 1,000,000%. So get ready, release needless worry and thoughts, and let Glowstick Zen take you somewhere new, exciting, and brilliant. Of course, you'll want to have a glow stick bracelet illuminating your wrist. Get ready to do seeing without seeing. Get ready to comprehend more around you daily. There's always more than meets the eye around us. Look around now, find one single thing that catches your eye to marvel over. Go ahead, do it. The world with its mysterious ways is much bigger than any of us can ever really imagine. In a Washington Post article dated September 9th, 2012, Reverend Susan Brooks Thistlethwaite wrote, quote, "After more than 30 years of teaching religion, I've concluded that all religion, not just my own Christian faith, is about finding answers to two questions. Am I alone? And what can I trust?" I thought that was a beautiful quote. Final paragraph here. Philosophers, great leaders, and man in general over the course of all of history have spent countless hours on these eternal and external questions trying to grasp what cannot be grasped, or can it? Your path and life. Only you can decide the answers. Glowstick Zen declares now, we are not alone. Trust your heart, trust in love. So I thought that was a beautiful, beautiful prologue, super short, page and a half electronic, and then you'd have 1,900 to 2,200 pages to plow through. That is 2/3 written by unconditional love figures beyond our human thinking. If you want to talk multidimensional, fine. In you, around you, love is, and so are those figures, whether it's your passed over relatives, angels, Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Plato, Socrates, whoever. You would simply have to step out of what you know long enough to try out the pool, and the pool is unconditional love itself. So I'm actually going to make this a two-part segment. I'm going to sign off in a second, and I'll read something from Listening to Angels next, and I'll do the best I can to mark that on the video. Step 1 is this video. Step 2 is the next video. So thank you very much, everybody. Stay tuned for a follow-up video.